and scales and everything.
Let's do another question, real. Yeah,
I
right
have
here.
so many answers for anything. This is so yeah, okay.
So there's a lot of mystery in the film, like there's a lot of hidden stuff, like what's in the back of the bar, what's that guy actually doing drugs in the bathroom? When you're writing the film,
Yeah, I was definitely doing drugs in the back.
Do cocaine.
when you're writing the film, writers actually explore those ideas and decide like what's actually going on in the back of the bar, or like what are the characters actually doing, and then you submit that stuff later, or is it always a mystery?
When you're dealing
Did
with...
you guys hear the question, everyone?
Yeah.
More or less? Okay, good.
Yeah, normally when sometimes, sometimes you have to share information with the actors, and team leaders wanted to know what happened with this guy, and I was like, okay, he's on cocaine all the time. And if you deal with abusers, with drug addicts, sometimes the people who are consuming these drugs all the time, you never see that. You never see it in the bands. It's like they used to take it, so they don't feel like that. So I asked this guy to be normal, but going to the bathroom many times through the film, because it's a common thing for him, just going there. This is coming from real life. I just realized that this friend of mine, when I realized that he was on cocaine for the last 10 years of our relationship, it was totally freaked out because he didn't feel like that. So and this happened. So yeah, he was on cocaine. The other question. Other times in the film, you're playing with mystery in a different way. It's not something that you are hidden to the audience. It's something that is a mystery for real. It's like I can't tell you for sure what's with Jason Sudeikis' situation with his ex-girlfriend, the one who is the head scratcher, because in that cases, I don't want to get too deep into this, but sometimes there's a symbolic force to the fact that you're not telling anything. That this is something that keeps hidden. This is something that he probably keeps hidden to himself. He's not able to deal with that. So sometimes it's okay to treat things as a mystery, as opposed to hide things. Sometimes you hide films when you make films. Sometimes those things are a mystery. Such a deep answer. Yeah, thank you. Nice question.
Question right here.
It seemed like most of the film was shot below eye line of most of the main characters. I was wondering if that was intentional for each sequence, and if so, did you have any rules that you stuck to for each sequence? That to be that monster angle.
So most of the film was shot below eye line.
Yeah,
Was that a willful decision? And
Yeah,
does that have to
absolutely.
do with sort of the monster perspective?
Yeah, I was, and also the low angles are like the anamorphic lenses. Are you familiar with those? When you see anamorphic lenses, when you see a movie like an old Spielberg film from the 80s, or when you see a Paul Thomas Anderson film, and you can feel the curve of the lens all the time. Like the image is not the way things get out of focus in the background. It's not just plain. It's just you get the sense of as a sphere. So those lenses are pushing the epic sense of what's happening there, and the place you put the camera is also making things feel bigger. And I needed to, because when I was talking to Eric Kress, I was like, okay, let's shoot this insignificant story as if the stakes were really high. Like, okay, this guy is drinking a bar, making jokes. Let's shoot this stuff the same as if they were world leaders somehow with the camera. Which is something you can see in the early Tarantino films. Like when things seem to be big, even if you're talking about really small things. Because that sounds the contradiction of the film. You don't know if this movie is big or small. You don't know if this is a blockbuster pretending to be an indie film, or an indie film pretending to be a blockbuster. You don't know. And I wanted the camera to pursue that contradiction. Which for me is the best of the film. I mean, the fact that at some point you lose the sense of scale.
There's a bright light, so I'm gonna put it out with my hand, see if there's a question in the back. Any questions in the back? If there's not, I'm gonna take some questions from the front. The one right back there.
So Anne Hathaway's facial expressions were obviously very important to film. How much of that was scripted and how much of that was Anne Hathaway?
I have to say that both Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis. Okay, I was ready to be treated like a cockroach by this guy. I was ready to be shattered to pieces because this is my first experience with this kind of A-list actors. It was like, okay, why? Because you heard so many stories, and it's like, okay, why do they want to change the ending? Why do they want to change everything? They will have to move on and be able to drive the movie to a nice destination. Like, okay, the movie is gonna be because I don't know. You're gonna be able to drive the boat to the end of to the other side of the river. I'm sorry, I get lost in this kind of metaphors, and yeah, it's like it should be more easy. I mean, it is. I was ready to anything. I was ready to be like abused by this guy somehow, because I'm this small ant pretending to make a movie with this big star. So it was okay. You have to if you need to do it, you have to play your politics. You have to be able to convince people in a nice way that this is the perfect choice for everything. I have to say that both Jason and Anne decided to make this film without making notes to the script. I mean, the script they read is the script that you see on the screen. But at the same time, every day they put a lot of themselves in every sequence. They didn't try to change the script, but Jason Sudeikis came with these notes he made every night about all the sequences that we made the next morning. And it was like, I got these notes made by one of the most brilliant Saturday Night Live writers. And the same with her. She has this creative mind. She has this comedian nature. So they made a lot of notes, but they were convinced by the story the way it was, which is it's a win-win situation. I mean, it's like, okay, it's perfect. They are respecting this movie as it is, so I feel represented all the time there. There's nothing in the movie that makes me turn my head and look at the opposite direction. I feel like this movie is just mine, frame by frame. But I see them all the time, just putting stuff coming from them. For example, they were able to turn some lines into jokes. When Dan Stevens says at the end, he's like, "You owe me an explanation," and in the script she said, "No, I don't." But she turned that into a comedy bit, like, "No, what? No, of course not." And people laugh all the time at that moment. That's coming from her. So they were respectful and innovative at the same time, which is filmmaker heaven.